Lula Da Silva, who served as president of Brazil from 2003 until 2010, is still wildly popular in the country. Brazilians associate him with good economic times when living standards were rising. Now, a newly leaked conversation sheds some light on why he's serving a 12-year prison sentence for corruption. It turns out that at his trial, the judge and the prosecutor were in cahoots. These are some of the private conversations that took place during the trial, with Judge Moro seemingly instructing the prosecutor about how to proceed with the case.
Hasn't it been a long time without an operation? You cannot make that kind of mistake now, but think hard whether that's a good idea.
And prosecutor asking the judge for advice.
What do you think of these crazy statements from the Workers' Party National Board? Should we officially rebut?
Lula Da Silva has long maintained his innocence. He says the entire case was a setup. He has named names.
I had a political life, and all of a sudden I was convicted for money laundering and organised crime. It was all a lie, a setup organised by the federal police, the public prosecutor's office and by Moro, who took on the investigation. Moro didn't need any proof of crimes committed because they all had a plan in mind. The plan was to paint the Workers' Party as a criminal organisation, with a criminal boss, who happened to be me.
Well, it seems the new leaks show that Lula Da Silva was right. Here's an extract where the judge is seemingly directing the prosecutor, and the prosecutor himself is admitting his case is weak.
Source informed me that the contact person is annoyed at having been asked to issue draft property transfer deeds for one of the ex-president's children. Apparently the person would be willing to provide the information. I'm therefore passing it along. The source is serious.
They will say that we're accusing based on newspaper articles and fragile evidence.
And here is what makes it even more scandalous. Lula Da Silva's imprisonment is what prevented him from running for president last year. And take a look at the polls. Da Silva had a pretty solid lead. So then Bolsonaro, who won the election after his main opponent was blocked from running, actually promoted Judge Moro after he took office.
I salute Sergio Moro, the only man in Brazil who's proving that we can do politics differently.
Now, the judge seems to think he didn't do anything wrong. He says that the real crime is that these conversations have been made public.
It is regrettable that the person responsible for the criminal hacking of the prosecutor's cell phones has not been identified as the source. There is no sign of any abnormality or providing directions as a magistrate, despite information being taken out of context and the sensationalism of the articles.
Those accusations published by The Intercept are not true, and their origin is linked to a criminal hack. Even though I don't acknowledge the trustworthiness of the messages, I realize that they can create some discomfort for some people, and we are deeply sorry about that.
The leaked Telegram conversations give the impression that Da Silva was railroaded in order to keep him off the ballot, and there's more to come.
We are continuing our work on the case. As we said, these are just our first reports. We have a lot of information. We have analyzed, I think, only 1% of the conversations. We will publish materials from these messages.